This is not how I was expecting to go, but thank you very much for joining me for the live premiere of Think I'm Over It Now music video. We might have to do without Samuel, or at least he could convey any important emotions or words through me, because that's the joy of live, isn't it? So I think we've lost Samuel, but I still got him here. This is him. Okay. So it works. So this is Samuel. So Samuel and I met earlier this year. We decided to make this video together, and this is what we came up with. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you've got any questions, please put them in the chat. Yeah. So I guess I can ask Samuel, how are you feeling about it? Seeing it live, did you shed a tear? Did you feel proud? What were your emotions? Oh shit, no one can hear you. Wait. Okay, yeah,
Hello.
speak. Yeah.
Okay, there's an echo on my side. Yeah, I felt very proud. I felt like, we went on a lovely little adventure, and there's some beautiful shots there. The song is beautiful, and I just felt a moment of, I can actually be proud of something. No, it was great. It was great collaboration, lovely colours. Warm. I felt warm, that we had a good teamwork, and the end product is really good.
Yeah, great. Yeah, I'm trying to juggle many things in this moment, so it's hard to access. But I guess I wanted to. I've done live premieres before on YouTube, and I just enjoy it because it's hard with things like online. You just put them out there, and then you don't get that buzz of feeling like there was an audience. But people watch them, over and over as time goes on, but you don't get to be there with them. So I quite enjoy that. But I've never done a live Q&A before, as you can probably tell, given the technical failings. But I think because we made it together, and it did feel like quite a teamwork situation. There's Samuel, by the way. Yeah, it felt like we bonded quite a lot in the process, because we didn't really know each other at all before we worked on this, and we spent probably I don't know how many days, intense days together, two full days of filming in central London, with all the gear and the costume and the tail and all of that. So I think we lucked out in the sense of we worked together well, and I think we were good in the crises, and it was fun, was it not? Yeah, you've gone out of the thing. You're in my phone, but you've gone out of the. Go back in if you can. So Billy's asking, where did the idea come from? And it's interesting because we met up a few times and we had a few ideas, and I can't even remember what they were. And then I was actually in a dance. I went dancing, and it just kind of came to me, like this weird notion of this mermaid, this sort of image of the mermaid kind of washed up on the shore of the Thames, not really knowing what to do, and that, in a way, that image is the one that we end up doing outside the Oxo Tower on the Thames beach. So that was kind of where it started, and then I met Samuel and I said, what do you think about this? And I thought he wasn't going to go for it because it was odd. And I said, I really want to do this thing where we get passers-by to join in. I want it to be interactive, because I really enjoy that in my live performances. I love interacting with the audience. I like that kind of spontaneity. I've not tried it in a music video before. And Samuel has done some stuff like that before as well. So he was quite into that idea. And I love that. Like, some of my favorite moments are actually the bits with random people. Obviously they don't think of themselves as random, probably, but they were random in the moment. And and it was a lot of fun. So the reaction, what was the reaction of people in the street? That was also like one of my favorite aspects of it, actually, particularly the scene in that we shot. The final scene that we shot was actually the opening shot, which is the scene in Borough Market where she emerges from the net in with a face full of fish water. But this, I loved this because I felt like people love magic. Like everybody's so busy in London. Everybody's so, on a mission or on their phone or not talking to each other. And something like this, which is obviously playful, a bit silly, bit odd, but kind of authentic, people, clearly independently shooting something. I felt like generally the response was like really lovely. And you just kind of had the sense that, yeah, people like tune into a sense of, oh, something magical, something, it's inspiring. And people, get their mobile phones out and start filming us do stuff. With it, I guess the exception would be there's a few sort of security people who obviously it's their job to patrol and stop people doing fun things, because, everything is corporate and people own every inch of the pavement and you're not supposed to shoot anything anywhere anymore. So we did come across that a few times. But in general, we found that both the shops where we wanted to film and the people on the street who we invited to be part of it were generally really up for it. So, yeah. So Billy's asking, was there any issues during the filming? So, I mean, like certainly a couple of moments where we were asked to move on or asked if we had a permit, which obviously we didn't. So that happened a few times. Can you remember any issues?
Fatigue and forgetting to turn the mic on a couple of times.
Oh yeah.
Not where I needed that, but no. Color, camera stuff like color balance, things like that. But no, generally, I don't think we had any issues. We just knew that one last scene needed grabbing, didn't we, at the end?
Yeah, so that
was a
challenge. Yeah, because finding a fishmonger who was kind of up for that did prove a bit challenging. But we found the Shell Seekers in Borough Market. Shout out to Shell Seekers. Max, who owns that place, was up for that. Yeah, fatigue.
Right geezer.
He was great. Yeah, it was tiring because it was just the two of us, and we actually had quite a lot of gear to carry, which is quite heavy. I guess one issue, which was we kind of made, so you know how you do things like low budget or just independently, often the hitches become part of the creation. So our actual vision for the final bit where she's playing the guitar and singing on the Thames was going to be a big gig with like a crowd gathered, and it was like the uplifting moment of the film. It's like she's found her place, she's playing. However, the amp that I brought was actually just like a tiny little practice amp, which had zero power. So when we turned it on, nobody could hear me singing. So obviously didn't pull any crowds. So then we were like, oh God, what are we going to do? And then we were like, okay, change the vision, total shift of the vision. So it's now that she's over it. Like she doesn't mind that nobody's watching. She's just playing and people are walking past. So that was not part of the original vision. But actually I kind of like it more in a way. It's just, it was weird. Like people just, the odd head turn, but I guess it's London. So people just like, oh yeah, mermaid playing the guitar, whatever. And just sort of keep walking. So, have you managed to finish filming one day? No. So it took us 2 full days to do all the stuff by the river and in Battersea Park, which is the park scenes, and then one morning to do the bit in Borough Market with the fish. So, but then a few days of editing. So I'm a bit of a perfectionist, so I like to fiddle with that quite a lot. Yeah. Are you planning to do more videos together? I don't know, Samuel. What do you think? I'd be
I'm pretty traumatized.
He's traumatized. Okay. That's totally fair enough. I mean, that's news to me. But obviously I thought it went really well. But
You're just showing my face just to show I'm smiling, right? I like
yeah,
it. Yeah. Okay.
he's
Yeah. No.
smiling.
No. Potentially. Potentially. Yeah. I think the other thing to talk about is the editing, because that was quite a lovely journey as well. Like you really knew what you wanted. We went through a few twists and turns with that, and yeah, I think both the filming and the editing was a good collaboration and a good journey.
Yeah,
Um,
it's so true actually, because I felt like we both instinctively had the same idea about what looked good, and we also had different avenues that we could have gone down. And I think in the end, it did feel like we didn't know in the beginning when we started working together whether we would be able to sort of agree on one version. So it did seem to work out rather well. So we'll see about future videos. Apparently. So did you plan the whole shots beforehand, or was there any spontaneity in deciding different shots? I think we had like a vision of certain shots. Like I had the vision of the one by the Thames beach, and the one on the boat in Battersea Park. I went and found that boat, which is like a playground in Battersea Park. And the fish,
we,
obviously, the fish stall.
we had an idea of narrative, didn't we? So we knew that once it was a mermaid, you had to come out of the sea, look disorientated, and then kind of find your place or not in the city. So we kind of yeah there was definitely lots of spontaneity, like going up and down the tube, just people we would see or places we would see. We would just sort of say, hey, this is pretty, or the rowing boats, for example. Just
Yeah.
good. Just there was quite a lot of randomness, which made it fun.
Yeah, I think that's one of the nice things about it, where we'd be on our way somewhere, and then we'd be like, oh, we got to get this. And the stuff with the escalators took a few goes because you don't have much time. You have to kind of get that shot. So we're up and down, and like dodging the ticket people,
Staff.
because again,
Yeah.
they're on the lookout for, that whole, if you see something that looks unusual, and it's like, this looks unusual. So we had to sort of, be stealthy around that. But yeah, that was definitely part of the fun, and all the stuff with the passers-by obviously was just
And that ribbon.
and the ribbon. Yeah, so the ribbon was like part of the costume, and then we just were kind of tying it on and sort of filming it in arty ways. But at the end, it just flew away, and we managed to capture it as it flew away, and I liked that shot. So I put it at the
See,
end.
that's a beautiful shot, and that was so artistically done, like coming in and out of focus. But of course, that was mostly by accident. So,
Completely.
but now it looks beautifully professional. So
Yeah, I think that's one of my favorite things. So I love this in terms of producing music as well, that quite often it's like I do a mistake and then I'm like, oh, I like that, I'm going to keep that in, and it becomes like one of my favorite bits. I asked, how was it to have a viral TikTok, and also if you had any other ideas for this video. Yes. Thank you, Ag, for your question and referring to the viral TikTok video, which was, not related content. And it was a bit of a shock because I made this video of myself talking to a spider, a very, very big spider, in my old house, and I was absolutely terrified. And I posted it on TikTok mainly to make my nephews laugh, and it just blew up. And that's the thing about TikTok, like you really don't know what people are going to like. And so there was this kind of period of time where lots and lots of people were coming to my page and looking at my other stuff, and that was cool. And I started making quite a lot of follow-up spider related content, which in the end might not have been the best idea, because I think I have quite a lot, probably like 8,000 followers who are just sort of into spiders, and maybe like a handful who like my music. So I don't know if it was like actually the best thing in the end. Still trying to steer that around to my advantage. So any ideas, welcome. but yeah, I think I'm with any ideas for this video. I mean, I do have quite a lot of fun outtakes. I think we had quite a few bits that we were just absolutely pissing ourselves laughing in the edit, of moments where I don't know, I almost like vomited at one point or something, and I'm just like coughing up like. So I might put a little string of outtakes up on TikTok, but yeah, we'll see. Yeah. So anything else from you, Samuel? Where are you now?
I'm sitting on a bench with my guitar in Madrid. No one's given me any money yet because I'm learning chords.
that sounds strangely related to the video. So Billy's saying I could dress as a spider for the next video and capture. So I did actually have that idea, and some of you may know that the costume for this video was created by my mum, who is a very experienced costume designer and maker. And I did float the idea of the spider costume at the time, and she was a little bit dismissive about the legs aspect. But I think now I feel like, you know, your comment is giving me some ammunition, and she's going to watch this back later. So hopefully, I do think that would be cool too. I think I like working with characters. So the spider will have its day. I recorded a spider related song to duet with the original video, which I'm going to post soon as well. So just got to bring those spider people along to the party. That's the beauty of TikTok. Yeah. So yeah, feels good to have this out in the world. Sneak peek of the song, the spider song. I don't know how to do that. There's Andy also into the idea of writing a song about spiders. So I did write this song. I'm just wondering if I can play it. Let me see. There is a guitar behind me. Oh, good point. No, but it's not with a guitar. It's actually, I could just sing it for you. It's just more of an a cappella situation. If only I'd thought of this in advance. I feel on the spot now. I wish someone would ask me another question about the music video. I'm sure there's some burning questions.
Spider video, that's what I want to film next. Feel free to put me down and sing your spider heart out.
Even Samuel's on board with the spider thing. Okay, so we need a spider costume. So the spider song goes like this. Okay, I'll try not to be too loud. Sometimes I feel like the spider people are manipulating me in order to further their agenda on social media. Am I just a pawn in your frantic legged game? Why must the burden fall on me? Why not pick one of those men who say they could pick you up with their bare hands? I doubt it very much indeed. Is it because you know I could never kill you, sweetheart? So yeah, it's kind of more of like an opera style piece, but I recorded it with a vocoder, which makes me sound like a robot. Thank you. I was happy to share that. So so that's coming soon. Probably I would need to flesh it out a bit to make a full music video. That could be just like the introduction. But yeah, I guess I haven't really felt that inspired to write about spiders. But I think because spiders provoke fear for me, and I don't feel creative when I'm afraid, actually. I more respond to other emotions like love or grief or anger. So yeah, interesting. I guess does anyone have any other questions? This has been fun, although weird. But you know what? It is a little bit like nostalgic. It reminds me a little bit of the pandemic, where I did live stream gigs and people were just messaging, and then I'd finish a song and it's just like deadly silence. It's quite a strange feeling. I'm loving Billy's input, though. I've got to say, Billy has earned the top fan badge. Not to say that the rest of you aren't amazing as well. Did you have anyone annoying approaching you during the filming of the video? Was there anyone annoying? I feel like there must have been. Can you remember? Apart from security guards.
No one annoying. No, yeah, apart from the security guards. Anyone annoying? Oh, just when we're on the bridge and we're trying to have a natural people go past, the people that would like duck under the camera. We're like, no, don't duck, or make funny waving things. But no, I don't think there was anyone annoying.
No one annoying. Everyone was great.
Yeah.
We had a few people that sadly we had to cut because it was hard for them to act. So I've got to say, like, actors are useful because, sometimes ordinary people can be really spontaneous, but sometimes they can't. So it was kind of a mixed bag, but like still really delightful. But yeah, so it did make me actually really appreciate actors as well, of which obviously I am one, but it is fun when you can tell someone to do something and they do it how you ask them to. But yeah,
a lot of power with the camera. You can get away with a lot.
Yeah,
I've got to jump off actually, but I just want to say what a wonderful pleasure it was to work with you on this project, and I hope lots of people enjoy the video.
Thank you, Samuel.
Maybe there'll be a spider follow-up.
Yeah,
the
maybe.
Arachnophobia ballad. Oh.
Yes, maybe. So thank you very much for joining us, Samuel, and I'll speak to you soon.
Adios. Thank you, guys.
So I'm not leaving yet. I mean, I'm going to leave soon. But I'm just going to say thank you to you all for joining. And if you have any final questions, did your manager let you siren in any way? Siren as in woo, like vocal siren, or a different kind of siren? Yes, I'm not quite sure what that means. Perhaps you could qualify that question. No? Okay. I don't know what that means. But if anybody is interested, vocal sirens are one of my favorite vocal warm-up exercises. And you can do them just like that on an ooh, ooh, or you can do them on like a lip trill, which is really good for getting your subglottal pressure going. And it sort of helps to connect the different registers of your voice. So that's a little free vocal tip that I'm throwing out there in the hope that Andy's going to explain his question, so that you get value for money. Did you consider having a shot in the... yeah, well, it would have been cool, but I was worried about whether the tail would survive getting wet. Not just the tail, the rest of the costume as well was reclaimed, shall we put it, material. And yeah, the costume designer, as I mentioned earlier, did not think that it was wise to get it wet. But after the whole fish water incident in Borough Market, we did wash it in the bath. And just so it doesn't smell of fish water anymore, but it doesn't look quite as sprightly as it did. So It'd be great to do a follow up with a more waterproof version, but it's just budget really, budget and time. But it's odd how quite a few of my videos do seem to involve me getting wet, and the video for Over had me walking into the sea, getting completely submerged. And there is actually another video coming soon, which also has a theme about water and getting soaked in a different body of water. I feel like I've done the Thames, I've done the sea, and there's a different body of water coming up in the next song. So maybe that's going to be my thing. Yeah, it's a niche. You've got to have a niche in this business. That's what I've learned. Still no explanation from Andy. So yeah, I mean, I could just keep talking as long as people are listening. If you a puddle, I feel like this is actually a Q&A with me and Billy, which is fun. It's not a puddle. It's a bit bigger than that. If you want to keep guessing bodies of water, we can play that game. But I think maybe I think you might know. So, and ag, yeah. Well, I don't know because it's not your name, Ag, that's coming up. But it's good to know that you are represented. This is a lot of fun. It's good to hang out like this online, sort of vaguely in public. Yeah. Down. Did your manager let you down in any way? Oh, well, he wasn't present on the shoot of the music video because he was running a dance festival in Brighton. So I didn't feel let down. I just felt like, he's not full-time manager, because he's just very, very, very busy and important. He's a high flyer in the world of dance and music and other things like that. So, yeah. But no, I don't have high expectations of anyone really. So that helps me not to feel let down too often, which I guess in some ways is related to the subject of the song. It's kind of about letting go of some expectations and being content with things as they are. Yeah. Not a lot of questions about the content, but that's okay. I will hopefully, fingers crossed, be doing another interview in a few weeks with another radio DJ who we're going to have a conversation from a different angle about the song. So do join for that. I will post it here as well when it's ready. But now it is exactly what I feared. I am interviewing myself with a little bit of help from Philly and Ag and occasionally Andy. There are a few other people watching this who are not making themselves known. And I don't want to put you on the spot, but some of us, are contributing more than others. So if you do want to ask anything or reflect anything back, we did have a few questions earlier from Abdul Rahman, but he's gone a bit quiet. So that's fine too. We have to go now. But what are you over it now? Yeah, really good question. I mean, actually, when I wrote this song, I was feeling like over it in terms of the music business. But I think in a weird way, I'm over a certain way of interacting with it. I'm over a certain way of interacting with the music business where I feel under pressure to produce content, to portray myself in a certain way, to be 25, to look perfect, to compete or to like produce art as if it's this kind of commodity. I want to enjoy myself. And if other people enjoy it and get what I'm doing, great. And if they don't, I'm cool with that too. So yeah, I got to work at my own pace, and yeah, not worry too much about what people think, and yeah, make the work I want to make. Thank you very much for all your questions. I am going to say good night, and please, yeah, exactly. Just make it for me. I think that's the best way anyway. The people who like it are going to like it, and the people who don't aren't. And I think on that very profound note, I'm going to leave you. But please, please do share the video if you enjoyed it, or even if you just want to ridicule it with other people. It's still going to help me to spread the word. And yeah, I think if you might not know how helpful it is actually to just post and share things that independent artists make, because it's a lot of work being the composer, producer, video maker, editor, booker, promoter, and on and on and on. So any work that you can take off my hands, very grateful. And when I'm famous, you'll all have front row seats. Thank you very much. So see you later.